Okay, as promised, vulnerability video, episode 3, I'm going to do live. Well, by the time you see it, it won't be live. I'll be home in bed sleeping. But, or maybe the next day. I don't know. I'm listening to my intuition. You know, that's the fun part. So, anywho, look at all the sun I got today. I tell you, my skin is like, since I've gotten healthier, since I've changed a lot of things, I noticed my skin is absorbing the color better. And I'm getting, I don't know, it's cool. Like, I'm noticing like so many positive changes in my life, you know, since I've been making, like, leading by example and really like honing in and like taking control of my life. And that's like why I train at the gym, like to take control, because I realize like we don't have control. We've lost control of ourselves physically, mentally, and spiritually. We're giving our power away. We're relying on other people, you know, to guide our lives and to make decisions for us instead of us listening to our intuition. And so I realized that. I was like, I had no control of my life. I was looking to other people to solve my problems. I was talking about my stuff and I was like, felt lost. And I'm like, wait a minute. No, I really need to listen to me and I need to have control. And so since my training at the gym, and I've been training more for control, and that's why I love the dancing so much, because it gives you control of your body. Because it does no good to be strong if we have no control outside of the gym. We need to have control of our body, you know, physically, mentally, and spiritually. It all goes hand in hand. And I had no control of my body physically. I had no balance. I didn't have stability. And if we don't fix these things when we get older, when we fall, that's why we break a hip. That's why we fall apart, because we're not taught right. And we need to listen to our intuition, as I just almost tripped. Say, but guess what? I caught myself. I wouldn't have been able to catch myself if I didn't have balance. But since I've been focusing on that, it's made a difference. So why I decided is, this is the first time actually I've been out, really, since February. Well, that's not true. I went out for St. Paddy's Day. But like, outside of that, and except Gulfport, you know, because Gulfport, I'll always be there. But it's great because I just felt like I needed it for my body. I was like, I hadn't been out moving my body. I hadn't even been really dancing at the beach. So I said, I need to do some cardio. I felt like I needed to move around. My body was feeling stuck because I listened to my intuition now. And I said, you know what? Full Throttle's playing at Three Daughters. And I was like, I love Three Daughters. I love the dance floor. It's wide, it's open. I have my space. I don't have people coming up to me trying to, you know, so it's great. I'm left alone. And that's how I want it. Because when I go out, it's for me. It's for my mind, body, spirit. And I have so much fun. And so it's great. And so I decided, I was like, well, I'm going to have balance and I'm going to come out and I'm going to dance. And I'm so glad I decided to. So it's just learning to listen to our intuition and learning how to control of our body, you know, because it all carries over. And when we lead by example and we set the tone, and we can learn how to control ourselves in every way, then that spills over eventually to our external. But we do it opposite. We're trying to fix the external first. And that doesn't work. We're trying to control things that we can't control. The only thing we can control is our insides, and we got to fix that stuff. You know, from our trauma, from learning our bodies more, you know, how, like our spine, health, like understanding how our bodies work. You know, we got to take the effort. We got to do the research. Not just listen to what we're told. You know, listen to our intuition, because we're all different. But if we take the steps and we pray for the guidance, and then we look for the signs, and then we listen to our intuition, it's going to guide us the right way. You can't lose. And even though we face difficulties, that's the point of life. It's not supposed to be easy all the time. That's how we learn. And so it's all in how we look at it. So since I've been changing my mindset and going, okay, even though it's difficult, because sometimes I get pulled back and I start feeling that way again, like I'm not good enough, or, you know, like I made a mistake, or, you know, like why me, why this? Because, you know, I've been through a lot of stuff in my life. You know, we all have in our own way. Some things are more traumatic than others. And I suffered trauma at a young age. I was widowed when I was 25. That was not easy. I had 2 small kids. He was my first boyfriend, my first kiss, my first love. And it mile from our house. I was in a small little town. I lived in Maine. And I made a decision to sell everything I have to start my life over and come here to Tampa Bay. And I'm so grateful I did. I established a wonderful life. I had a wonderful ex-husband. We're not married anymore, but he was wonderful. I can't say anything negative about him. He's a kind man, and I couldn't have asked for a better stepdad for my children. I really couldn't. But life, we change, and life takes us sometimes in different paths, and I had to create my own identity. And that's what I have fought hard to do. And it required me making some really tough decisions, doing things that, a lot of people might not have understood. I had to, do some hard things, but it's worth it because we all deserve to be happy. And that's always been my goal. So on that note, I'm going to go get happy because they're playing again, and I'm going to go dance for like an hour. I'm going to be balanced. I'm not going to dance all night. I'm going to dance for like an hour, and then I'm going to go home, get up early, go to the gym, and then go see my beautiful, lovely sister. I get to spend the night with her. So anyway, all right, that's it. Peace.